Hi, this is Yolanda Vanveen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to winterize roses. Roses are so beautiful. They bloom all summer long with these beautiful, gorgeous blooms that smell so good. And then in the fall they start turning brown and dying back a little bit. So there's a few pointers that you should follow in helping them make it for the winter and how to prepare them for the winter. So the most important thing that you can do for your roses, I found, is to stop fertilizing them by midsummer, because if you keep pumping them with fertilizers, especially nitrogen-based fertilizers, then they get all this new growth and they don't bloom very well. So by giving them lots of nitrogen, they're getting lots of new growth. And so when winter hits, they're very tender and you can lose them. So never fertilize your roses with high nitrogen-based fertilizers at all if you have a choice past midsummer. And if you still feel that you have to fertilize, always use high phosphates, because it's the phosphates that prepare them for winter, not the nitrogen. And if they have a lot of phosphates in them when winter hits, then they will survive much better. So an easy trick that I found too is make sure and just trim it back 1/3. So I try to trim back my roses, any of the lanky starts, about 1/3, so that it's cut back about 1/3 to the size that it was when you started. And that way next year it'll fill in really well and make a nice ball. This rose is in a pot, so it'll do really well over the winter because roses in the Northwest can handle cold temperatures. But just to be safe, I'm going to throw it near the eaves or over under a tree a bit, because I found any plant in a pot does better when it's a little bit on the dry side in the winter. Whereas in the ground, I never lose my roses. Another trick is make sure and take all the leaves up when they lose their leaves and don't leave them on the ground, because it'll get less black spots and less mildew on the roses if you keep it dry underneath. Putting some mulch or bark dust underneath them in the fall helps a lot too, because it gives them lots of nutrition for next year.